D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my week in review, where I come to you every Sunday with 3 entertainment stories that I personally find interesting, and then we discuss them down below. You can also find the articles that I read to do this video for you, and you can read them and make up your own opinion on them. So before we get started, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. Now, YouTube has recently done a bot and old account cleanse/purge, and there's a lot of collateral damage. So consider liking, subscribing, and sharing my videos, and I thank you in advance. So why don't we just jump right into these 3 stories. So for my first story is unfortunately very sad to hear that Kirk Douglas has passed away. He not only was an amazing actor, but also producer. He also helped people like Dalton Trumbo come back after being blacklisted, and did so much with charities. Now, he helped make Hollywood, quite frankly, Hollywood. Now, he's most famous for playing Spartacus, and I was glad to see him make it to 103, but of course sad to see him his passing. It was super sad, and I send out all my best wishes to his family, and I feel bad for them. So that's my first story of the day. So for my second story of the day, Broadway fans, if you haven't seen Hamilton on the big stage, then it is time that you got caught up with the movement. Not long ago, the co-creator and original star of the hit Broadway musical announced a special bit of information. Now, Lin-Manuel Miranda has confirmed Hamilton is coming to theaters next year, and the film will feature the original Broadway cast. The announcement comes not long after Miranda hit up social media with a tease that got Hamilton fans excited. Now, the actor did hit up Twitter to share a simple message which read, "Wait for it." Obviously, fans were quick to speculate about Hamilton, as that line comes from arguably one of the production's best songs. Now, it seems like Hamilton is coming to theaters, and this arrival comes years after the show first hit off-Broadway and then Broadway in New York City. To date, the show has become one of the biggest hits in the theater scene. It wasn't long ago Miranda teased that a film was in the works for Hamilton during an interview with Variety. When speaking about the production, the actor confirmed that the project was being worked on and would make Hamilton way more accessible to people unable to afford a ticket to the live show. He said, "What I'm most excited about is you all have that friend that is like, I saw the original cast. Well, we're stealing that brag from everyone because we're all going to see it with the original cast." He also shared, "We're just trying to find the right time to do it." Now, I personally have not seen the show, but I love musicals. However, I don't really care for the music in Hamilton and overwhelmingly amount. And this really is a story that personally doesn't speak to me, but I definitely will check it out. However, I'm not the hugest Lin-Manuel Miranda fan. I know he does have his fans out there, and like I said, I love musicals. But what this is they just basically filmed the original production with the original cast, and then they're just going to edit it, obviously, and then they're going to put it up on a big screen in a theater. And me personally, I go, I don't want to see that, because I did a while back, I've done this before. I saw Phantom of the Opera in a theater. It was the production of it on a stage, but they just put it on in the movie theater, and it was weird. I didn't like it, and I probably won't see this, and everything. So that's my second story of the day. So for my third story, okay, so this third story is a complex one. So Chris Pratt has been having a rough time lately. Now, of course, he still is the star of Guardians of the Galaxy and, of course, the Jurassic World franchise, but I would say that his star has tarnished a little bit. For instance, recently he was it was his birthday, and nobody cared on social media, and it's bad, I think, that in his heyday he would have trended, but he's in a tough place. And I think that him being overly religious has a bit to do with it, and is a little bit of a problem for him. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with religion, but I do think that Chris Pratt has been almost forceful in telling everybody that his religion is the religion. And that where I think that he really touched a nerve. Also, he goes to a church that is homophobic, which is to some unforgivable in many ways. And I don't know why he didn't instantly leave that church instead of defending it. He also has he's had the very poor judgment, and not only that, but other things. And again, I have no problem with religion. I have my own beliefs personally, and I know I do believe in God, and I just have certain questions about things and all that stuff, yada, yada, yada. So he's kind of struggling. He's got another Jurassic movie coming up. But the other day, he decided to tell everybody that he is going to be in a television show. He's not only going to be starring in the show, but he's an executive producer. And that's usually the case with actors. You get a really big name to agree to a television show, and they sign on, and they also sign on as an executive producer. Not only for a little extra money, but they also get to have some say over what happens on the show. Executive producers, they don't have to do any of the work. They can just come and say, this is bad, and this is going to have to, and they can get rid of it and everything. Now, this is going to have Anton Fuqua for directing. And I think that Anton Fuqua is a really sketchy, I mean, sometimes he's really good, and then sometimes he's really not good and everything. So, you also have the production company that's behind The Outsider, but right now, as of this video, or my recording of this video, the moment there's no network attached to this project. So, of course, you may have known that Chris Pratt got his start on television in Parks and Recreation. And so he could do well here. It's called The Terminal List, and this is where he plays a soldier, kind of like he did in Zero Dark 30, when he comes back from a mission because he's like a Navy SEAL or something like that. And he comes back from this mission only to discover dark forces were behind the mission. So it's kind of like a conspiracy theory kind of show and everything. So I might check that out. We'll just have to see what network it's on and how many episodes and all that stuff and everything. I do enjoy those conspiracy shows and everything. They're so much fun and everything. And so this does sound like decent. It's based off of a book. So maybe I'll read the book and everything, but we'll see. I don't know. I might not have time for that. So those are my 3 stories. How do you guys feel about them? Are you sad about the passing of Kirk Douglas? If you're not, you're kind of soulless. But, you know, I mean, did you know Kirk Douglas? Because he's an older gentleman and everything, and his movies are way back when. How do you feel... Excuse me. How do you feel about Hamilton, the Broadway musical, coming to theaters in 2021? And will you be going to see it? And how do you feel about Chris Pratt and his career and this television show that he's going to be hopefully doing in the future and everything? Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. You know, I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you next Sunday on my Week in Review. You guys have a good week. Bye. Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that Geek What icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my Week in Review.